This scenery is too good to be true. And in fact, it really is. Snow is blocking my view of Lake Geneva.
Well, this certainly isn't this. Spring can be so unpredictable, especially here in Switzerland, but I'm not going to let that ruin my perfect weekend in Lausanne.
And the bad weather is a good reason to start my visit at the Olympic Museum.
I'll leave that to the athletes.
Here, visitors can learn the history of the Games, from antiquity to modern times. The museum is filled with relics from past Games. Anne Chevalier is responsible for the culture and education programs of the museum.
How did Lausanne become associated with the Olympics?
It's a long story, and it started in 1915 when Pierre de Coubertin, a French man who was the founder of the Olympic movement, came to Lausanne during the First World War, and he wanted a safe place for the archives of the IOC.
You're in charge of education, so visitors who come here, what can they learn? Can they really become athletes for a day?
Oh, definitely. We have an entire area where they can train themselves and see how difficult it is to become an Olympian.
All right, well then, I guess it's time for me to train myself and see if I have what it takes to become an Olympian.
Let the Games begin. From relay racing and biathlon training to slalom skiing and a test of my reflexes.
Oh no!
I certainly am getting a good workout here, if nothing more. Still, it is fun to pretend to be a gold winner.
And this is my culture tip, a visit to the Olympic Museum.
The sun has come out just in time for me to discover some of the city's other treasures. A 16th century statue of Justice watches over the Place de la Palud and the 17th century town hall. Next, I make my way up a steep passageway which leads to the Gothic Cathedral Notre Dame, the largest of its kind in Switzerland. Then I head over to the Saint-Mer Castle, which dates back to the 14th century. It's perched above Lausanne, offering a great view of the city.
Time now for something super Swiss, and that is cheese fondue at a popular restaurant.
Café Roman has both French and Swiss specialties. Owner Christian Souté invites me to taste some fondue, an offer which is hard to resist.
Christian, tell me why fondue is so popular in Switzerland.
C'est une activité sociale, ça apporte les gens.
It's a social activity which brings people together. It's a moment of sharing. You share a cheese fondue that has all the ingredients of the region, produced locally.
And I heard that you're not really supposed to drink cold water with a cheese fondue. What's the best drink?
Avec la fondue, bon,
with a fondue, normally we share a bottle of wine. But you can also drink something hot at the end of the meal, such as any kind of tea that helps with the digestion of the meal.
This is non-fat, right? And this is my culinary tip for a perfect weekend in Lausanne: Swiss cheese fondue.
My second day in Lausanne begins at the port of Ouchy. This is where the boats cross Lake Geneva in all directions.
Lake Geneva is one of the main attractions here in Lausanne, and one of the best ways to see it and enjoy it is with a boat tour.
This boat is ferrying people over to Evian in France. The journey only takes 40 minutes. I head up to the bridge to speak to Captain Carlos Rivera about the lake and landscape.
Tell me the importance that Lake Geneva has for Lausanne.
The lake influences the quality of life here of the people.
On va dire, ça influence beaucoup la qualité.
It's also important for tourism,
en ce qui concerne,
leisure activities,
tout le
and the
tourisme,
beauty of the landscape.
Et puis la beauté des paysages.
Speaking of that, I mean, you go back and forth every day. Do you ever get tired of these views?
Non, jamais.
No, never.
Jamais,
Because it
parce que
changes
ça
all the
change
time.
Tous les jours. Moi-même,
I've been
ça
working
fait
on the lake for 31 years,
je travaille sur le
and I'm
lac,
still always
et
surprised.
Je suis toujours surpris, tous les jours.
And this is my activity tip for a perfect weekend in Lausanne, a boat tour on Lake Geneva.
On a clear day, there is a great view of the Alps. A visit to Switzerland would never be complete without sampling its chocolate, which is in a class of its own.
But what makes it so special? What's the secret behind Swiss chocolate? To find out, I'm going to meet one of the masters doing his magic.
I head into the laboratory of chocolate maker Olivier Fuchs, where he greets me with my favorite treat. He's a master of his craft and has a reputation in Lausanne for making some of the city's best chocolate.
Olivier, what makes Swiss chocolate so famous?
En Suisse, on a une très bonne manufacture.
We have very good manufacturing in Switzerland.
La fève de cacao en chocolat.
That means we know how to transform cocoa beans into chocolate.
Et en Suisse, pendant très longtemps,
And for a long time, we weren't bound by political agreements, so we had the freedom to buy cocoa beans wherever we wanted.
où on voulait. Il explose dans la bouche.
Now you put something in this. It's sparkling in my mouth.
Ça, c'est du chocolat magique.
It's magic chocolate.
Ça s'appelle du
It's like little
pétard.
firecrackers in your mouth.
J'ai introduit.
I mixed in a special sugar with pressurized carbon dioxide gas, like what you have in champagne or sparkling mineral water.
Like the champagne, we like that. Merci. And if you want to take something sweet home with you, then look for some good Swiss chocolate.
When night falls in Lausanne, some people go out for entertainment, but I've discovered another interesting activity at the city's main cathedral.
Every night for centuries at this cathedral, a night watchman calls out the hour from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And tonight, I'm going to take part.
153 steps lead to the place where it all happens.
Hello.
Marco Carrera, one of the night watchmen, takes me to his small quarters to show me what his job involves.
What's the first thing you do?
C'est le guet, il a sonné 10, il a sonné 10.
I follow Marco as he makes his rounds.
C'est le guet, il a sonné 10, il a sonné 10. C'est le guet.
And as he continues to call out the hour, I start to wonder what motivates him to do this.
Well, this is a very unique place of work. What do you like so much about this job?
We are marking the tradition of giving people of the city the hour of the day, like we did in medieval times.
Do you think this is a dream of most little boys who grow up in Lausanne?
Yes, it probably is, because we have a lot of children coming to see the night watchman, and they always enjoy being here with us.
Can I try it?
Sure.
Marco gives me his hat and lantern and tells me what to say.
You say c'est le guet,
Salut gay,
il a sonné 10,
il a sonné 10,
il a sonné 10.
il a sonné 10.
Time to give it a try. C'est le gay, il a sonné 10. And did anyone hear me? It doesn't appear so.
And this is my special tip for a perfect weekend in Lausanne, watching the night watchman call out the hour. And with that, I wrap up a perfect weekend in the city. Join me again as I explore more exciting European destinations. And until then, it's happy travels. Oh, no, don't do that to me now.
I'm rolling.
Look, it's like The Shining. On your mark. Get set. Go. Woo! And that's my cup. That's a problem. I want you to do this in one take.
Okay,
Go.
rolling.
That was a little too wild. Now it's time for something super Swiss, cheese fondue at a popular restaurant. All right,
Yeah, enjoying?
I'm feeling really sick. We have to get up. We have to go upstairs.
I'm rolling.
Lake Geneva is one of the main attractions here in Lausanne, so I'm going to start the second day of my tour with a boat tour. Now,
It's not cold.
yeah, it is. It was snowing.
Okay, los.